Is nutritionist and author Rhiannon Lambert. Good morning to you and thanks for joining us. So how can people stick to their resolutions? What's this research tell us?
Good morning. Well, it's always good to have research this time of year because I feel that a lot of people jump on a very restrictive, all or nothing kind of mindset, which isn't very healthy, really. We really want to be encouraging people to think about what they can add into their diets rather than what they can take out, because we know the research suggests that the majority of people that embark upon a restrictive fatty diet are more likely to just put the pounds back on as soon as they stop that regime. So changing the mindset, the psychology of, well, what can I add in? Well, maybe I'll get more fibering, maybe I'll get more vegetables in and some protein, instead of thinking, I'm going to stop all sugar full stop and I'm not going to have any kind of balance and I'm going to go on this very hard exercise regime. That's probably the most effective mindset. We know it's not about calories, it's about the quality of the diet now. That's, above all things, the most important thing I'd recommend in my nutrition clinic.
Oh, so interesting. I'm thinking of what you can add in. I made a bolognese for the family last night. I decided to use turkey mince because we know it's lower in fat. Yeah. But I chucked in a bunch of lentils. Yeah. A little bit of protein, nice and filling. And I threw in some peppers as well, not just the carrots and onions of a traditional bolognese. I do all that, it's probably a bit of a sort of sacrilegious recipe, but I just thought it was a bit more wholesome at this time of year to try and make it a healthy bolognese.
You did wonderfully there, because we want more plant points in, which means more variety of beans, pulses, vegetables, and lentils are a source of iron as well. So by taking red meat out and adding a leaner meat, you've got the protein, but you're missing the iron. So by adding lentils in as well, you've got fibre, you've got more iron there. So ultimately, that's really beneficial for your gut bacteria as well. There's a lot of talk about gut health, and of course, adding more pulses in is going to help there too. And equally, if we have a healthy digestive system, we're more likely to have a healthier body long term, and any health goals you may have for the new year are more likely to be, well, you're more likely to succeed if you eat well.
Yeah, and I'm sat next to the pioneer in this sense. Isabel, we can show a picture of you've got a new breakfast snack.
Oh no,
haven't you? So rather than relying on a cereal bar, or rather, it is.
Come on,
that's your hard-boiled egg breakfast. We had an action shot of you eating it.
Yeah, that's just gone up. So if you were on Instagram there, you can see me eating my hard-boiled egg. I am on a bit of a health drive, but it's probably not sustainable. Yeah. But I think after the overindulgence over Christmas, it's necessary. And I suppose, you know, the argument is perhaps we should just not be so indulgent over Christmas, but it's too late now.
I think the boiled egg's an excellent choice, but, you know, you can have some toast with that. You can have carbohydrates with it, you know, and I think sometimes that may be a little bit too far for some people, and it's about finding what works for you. Yeah, ultimately, we do know that sometimes if you go too extreme post-Christmas, you may not stick at it. So it's finding that balance. But I love a good egg. It's very nutritious.
OK, look, Rhiannon Lambert, always lovely to get your thoughts. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday morning. Top tips as well.